everyone, welcome back to my channel today. Today's video, Ollie and we are going to be playing with some Beauty Bakerie makeup. So I just hauled this in a recent PR haul. I actually did a Twitter poll and I asked you guys if you want to see first impressions of using Beauty Bakerie makeup or check out the new MAC Cosmetics and Jeremy Scott collection. And a lot of you guys actually requested for the Beauty Bakerie. So that is what we're doing today. They sent over a ton of products. They sent over all of their concealers that are right here. They also sent over their setting powder, which looks so cute. Honestly, the way that this is themed, it is absolutely adorable. Then they also have this face and body palette right here. And then we have an eyeshadow palette as well, and then some lip products. So let's just go ahead and get right into testing this makeup. First off, I'm gonna try out their Cake Face Concealer right here. So this is a little set that they sent me. There's a total of 8 shades in here and they retail for $24. It's kind of like the regular price of what a concealer would be if you bought it at Sephora. If you hear my dog, just ignore her. She's being a nightmare right now. So yeah, there's tons of different shades. There's You Mocha Me Crazy, Cool Beans, You're Beautiful, Pro Caffeinating, Mug Life, What's Frappin', Don't Give a Frap, and Love You Latte. All right, so this is what the concealer looks like right here. It is Cake Face on this side, and then it has Beauty Bakerie in cursive on this side. It's really cute packaging. I'm gonna show you the lightest shade, and I'm gonna show you the darkest shade in the collection. So this one right here is Mug Life. This is the one I'm probably gonna end up having to use, and it has more of a yellow undertone to it. It looks like this. I have to say right now, that will not work for me if I am fair. So if I'm not self-tan, this would not work for me at all. So I'm kind of bummed that they don't have a lighter shade or a more fair shade in this collection, because that sucks that I'm not gonna be able to use it if I wasn't self-tan. So that's a bummer right there. But their darker shade goes You Mocha Me Crazy, and it is very dark. So they definitely hit that end of the spectrum, I wanna say, right here, and they have multiple other darker shades as well, but I think they missed it on the fair side, because look at that. That would not work if you are fair. If you are a shade Pearl or Snow in Too Faced Born This Way foundation, that will not work. That will be darker than your foundation. So that's a bummer there. I'm really kind of disappointed about that, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply this in the areas where I like to apply my concealer at, and hopefully that this isn't too yellow for me either. Then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend it out. All right, so there is the concealer. It definitely is a lighter coverage concealer. It's not like super like full coverage at all. Luckily with me, I don't have really like a ton of like dark circles or anything like that underneath my eyes, so I'm okay with it. But if you do have dark circles, it is not going to cover everything. But I think it's really beautiful. I think it blended out beautifully. I think it really lightened the face well. And I think that shade definitely did work for me. So that was a dope. It's just the only thing is I wish they had a fair shade in the collection. Next up, we are going to try out the Beauty Bakerie Better Not Bitter Flour Setting Powder. This is so cute. I love it what they did with this. And it says, for a natural looking baked beat, try our lightweight matte flour setting powder. Great for setting makeup or baking, of course. So their baking tips is use a brush. You can lightly dust your entire face for a full matte look. With gentle pressure, use a makeup sponge to apply the flour to your T-zone to absorb excess oil. So when you open it up, it looks like this. God, the packaging is adorable. Like A+ on the packaging. And that is what this looks like on top. It comes with a sifter and you, ooh, that's cool. You turn it. I like that. It's just a turner, so it like closes it so it doesn't get all over the place. That's a cool one. Okay, I like this way. This packaging is really neat. So I'm just going to put some in the lid. And by the way, this powder retails for $24. So this is actually a reasonable price, I think, for a translucent setting powder. So I'm just gonna take my Sigma brush and bake with it, like how I usually use my setting powders. I'm also gonna take some of that powder on an excess brush and just set the rest of my face, but I'm setting it very lightly. just because if I don't set my face, everything will move. I'm gonna let this kind of set on my face for about 30 seconds and I'll be right back. All right, so now I'm just gonna sweep it away with my brush. All right, so looking at the powder, I have to say I really like it. I think the powder is definitely worth it. It definitely didn't mattify the skin. It looks amazing. It didn't make my foundation break up at all. I think that one is definitely a dope. So I definitely like the powder. I'm gonna put on some lip balm real quick. I'm using the Tatcha Cherry Blossom Lip Balm. I love this stuff, it's awesome. All right, so for bronzer, I don't have a bronzer from Beauty Bakerie, but I was like, you know what? I really wanna just use these new bronzers from the Balm, so I'm kind of throwing these in here. If you guys have noticed lately, like for these little first impressions for certain collections, if I don't have a product, I've been kind of like throwing new stuff in it too, that I just like hauled. So I'm gonna see what color do I want to use. I think I'm gonna go for this one right here. And I'm gonna use my usual bronzer brush from MAC Cosmetics. This is the 135. I'm gonna tap that in there, tap off the excess, and apply it to the face. Ooh, so far so good. I like this bronzer. The shade is really nice. By the way, the one that I'm using is called Oscar. I believe this is the more cooler toned one that is good for more of like if you have a fair to medium skin tone. I'm liking this bronzer. I'm liking this bronzer a lot. Ooh, okay, I could see myself continuing to use that throughout the month. Yes, those are always like a dope when you get those, especially if like it pulls me away from my Marc Jacobs bronzer, which I use religiously. Then it means it's good. And this, you could just see it on my skin. It looks beautiful on the skin and I love the shade of it. The shade is perfect. So yeah, that's dope. All right, so now we are on to the Beauty Bakerie Scoops Elysius, this word right here. I suck at pronouncing words. So it's this guy and it's a face and body palette. So you get, I believe you get a highlighter and then 3 blushes in here. So I've already swatched this because I swatched this in the video. And I believe this one retails for $38 and it actually has 4.5 out of 5 stars on their website, which is pretty good. But the packaging is adorable. I love all the ice cream. Oh my God, this is making me want to go get ice cream right now. Now let's go ahead and try out this palette. So I'm gonna grab my Smith 118 brush. This is a new brush that I've been loving to use for my blush. I'm gonna go into the shade Creme Brulee because this is totally like a go-to shade for me and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So, oh my God, I just like picked some up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I have a feeling this is gonna be very pigmented. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that is pretty. I think this is a good price for this palette for being $38 because you get 3 blushes in here and they're actually huge blushes. And boy, are they pigmented. All right, so this is the next trick that I do, which I've shown you guys multiple times here on my channel, but I take the Too Faced brush that I love and I use it to blend out my blush and my bronzer because it helps diffuse the products to where it's not so pigmented and it makes it more like airbrush on the skin. So I love doing this. Yay, that's really, really pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep going into that one. That is one of my go-to shades for blushes. And then next up, I'm gonna go into Beignet. I think that's how you say it right here. This is their highlighter. And I'm just gonna use my Sigma Strobing Fan F42 brush. It's like one of my favorite brushes to highlight with. I'm gonna pop this on. Oh my God, that thing is pigmented. We're gonna have to blend that out. Oh my God. This is so pigmented. Okay, so use a light hand with it. Next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Beauty Blender and I'm actually going to press that in. When I do this, it helps it kind of like fuse with the skin and it doesn't look like it's a powder on top of the skin. It looks like it's just a part of like the look. So, oh my God, that is beautiful. I like it. That is definitely a dope. This palette, definitely worth it. I am impressed. I like this a lot. All right, so now to try out the eyeshadow palette right here. This is Do It For The Gram eyeshadow palette. And this one retails for $38. You get a total of 3, 6, 9, 12. You get 12 eyeshadows, but look at how huge these are. Like this is my hand. Look at how big these shadow pans are. It's insane. These things are ginormous and I freaking love it. So there's no names on the eyeshadows, which is a bummer, but we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this and test these shadows out and see how they work. So first off, I'm gonna go into this matte shade right here, and I'm just going to set my eyeshadow primer with it. I used the Tarte Shape Tape new eyeshadow primer. I really have been enjoying it. It's very nice and hydrating for the eyes. So I'm just gonna dust this all over the lid to set that. Next up, I'm gonna take this shadow right here, and this is going to be my transition shade. So I'm just gonna use my Smith 232 brush, and I'm just going to put that in the crease just to help everything else blend, because I have another color that I really wanna use. All right, so that one blended out really beautifully into the crease. So now we're gonna obviously go into this shade, because this is going to be a very, very fun shade to play with. So let's go ahead and go into that with my Delium Tool 776 brush. And I'm actually going to focus this on the outer part of the eye and up into the crease. I'm gonna do pressing motions so that way we get full pigment. Woo, there we go. Yeah, that is bright. All right, so next up, I'm gonna take my concealer and I'm gonna clean up the inner part of the eye so that way we can get that crease back. So you can see just how that cleaned up. And then also when we place a color on top of it, it will make it pop even more. Now that that's cleaned up, I'm gonna go into the shade right here. This is a kind of mustardy yellow shimmer shade. And I'm just gonna use my cream color brush from Sigma. It's the E58. And I'm just going to press this on to the lid. It's gonna look like a sunset on my eyes. I'm not gonna lie, it looks way more vibrant on camera than it does in person. I'm also gonna bring that orange down here and connect it. You know what it's like, kind of like a throwback to right now? I feel like I'm throwing back to the 90s when I was in middle school and everyone was really into flames. Like I even had a AIM username and an email address. I was like Flame and Girl in California or something like that. Yeah. All right, so now I'm just gonna deepen up the crease a little bit more with this shade right here. This is kind of a brown, like a muted brown plum shade. I don't know how to describe it. I'm just gonna place that onto the outer corner. Ooh, I like that. It didn't really change like the color at all. It just kind of deepened it up right there. All right, so I think I'm gonna keep the eye look right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my lashes on and I will be right back. All right, so I'm back with the eyes done and check out this look. It looks like a sunset eyes. This looks awesome. I am really, really impressed with this palette, you guys. This palette is absolutely gorgeous and so easy to use and so pigmented and blendable. It is absolutely beautiful, and honestly, I can't wait to dip into these two shades as well. Like, just do those all over your lid for like a quick, like, easy makeup look. That will look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I really, really like this palette, and I love it how they put this color in there for like a fun pop of color. So definitely a dope in my book. Yes, I feel like this first impressions is going very well right now. All right, so now to test out their lip products. So these are their Beauty Bakerie Lip Whip Liquid Matte Lipstick, and it's smudge free. So we'll let it dry and we'll put that to the test. And they sent me two shades. They sent me, what shades? Ginger Snap and Louvre Palace. I don't know how to say that, but they retail for $20 a piece, and there's a total of 21 shades in the collection. So let me show you guys the colors real quick. All right, so this first one is Louvre Palace. I don't know, I'm trying to say that cool, but also this is what the applicator looks like right here, and then this is what the packaging looks like. It's got like a swirl in it, which is really, really cool, but this is Louvre Palace right here. Really pretty shade. I think I'm actually going to end up using this one. And then the other one is Ginger Snap, and this is what that one looks like right there. Really beautiful. Honestly, this is like going to be a go-to shade for fall time. It's so wearable, but then still has that like kind of like spicy cinnamon, you know, to it. So yeah, that one also is very beautiful. Dude, that one could even work. You know what? I might go for Ginger Snap instead, because I feel like it really ties in the colors out here onto the lips. So let's do that one instead. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, you guys. It comes out every once in a while. Then I go back to natural makeup looks. right, so it definitely dries matte pretty quickly and it feels a little tacky. So I'm gonna let it dry for a few seconds, or I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna like do the kiss, like the hand kiss test, and see if it transfers. All right, so now let's go ahead and see if it smudges or transfers. I feel like it's like the same thing. Smudge, transfer means the same thing. Yeah, that transfers. So, and I've sat here for a while, I wanna say for like at least 5-6 minutes. So I don't believe that it's not smudge proof, because then it wouldn't transfer. Did I smudge it too? We're good. So I do think it would still transfer because it still feels tacky right now, and I applied it a while ago, so I don't agree with that fact. So that is a bummer that it is not smudge proof, because it definitely did transfer onto my hands. But I have to say that the formula is actually really comfortable on the lips. It's not like too drying. It doesn't feel like it's like, you know, my lips are like crusting and like drying out. Honestly, it feels extremely comfortable. So I'm just gonna give it a dope just because, one, I love the color, and then two, the formula is comfortable to wear right now. And I've been wearing it truly for a little bit now, and I'm going to continue wearing it because I think I'm gonna film another video after this. I am extremely impressed with Beauty Bakerie. I definitely recommend you guys trying it out. I don't know where they sell it, to be honest, but I will have the website linked down below so you guys can check it out. If I can find any places where they do sell it, I will list it down below as well. I'll like list them with the link too. So I'll be like, you can shop it here, you can shop it here. So that way it kind of helps you guys, like, you know, maybe you can go and find it somewhere and take a closer look at it. But I am very, very impressed, and I think the eyeshadow look and the makeup look turned out beautiful, and it's definitely out of my comfort zone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what videos you guys want to see next. I am uploading as frequently as I can, so I need lots of video ideas from you guys. So help me out with that comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.